Hey guys, it's almost Halloween, and that's really big in the US. And unfortunately, I'm not in the US right now, but I do have skeleton earrings for Halloween. So I hope you enjoyed them in this video, and happy Halloween for those that celebrate it. And I wanted to talk about the vet profession and if you should be a vet. So, with my experience and from what I've heard from others, the veterinary profession is a very challenging profession. Many graduates enter the profession with a lot of debt, crippling debt, more than $100,000 in the US at least. And the veterinary profession is different from the medical profession because you deal with the death of animals on a daily basis. And this occurs either naturally or with euthanasia. And this can be emotionally draining for everyone that works in this profession. So it's something to keep in mind. I have had people tell me that I shouldn't be a veterinarian, even though they have known me or have seen me do well in their classes. For instance, one was a biology professor, and he was like, "Oh, you shouldn't be a veterinarian because they don't make as much money as human doctors, so you should become a human doctor instead, and then you can have more money. And then you wouldn't have to worry about all the debt as like veterinarians do, even though human doctors also have a lot of debt. They get to pay it off faster." But my passion is for animals, and that's what I told him, and I can't work on humans. It's not like, oh, I can just easily do that. And some people can, but that wasn't the case for me. My passion is with animals, and I have always known that I wanted a profession with animals. I've had a dentist tell me, "Oh, you should become a dentist because you'll get a lot of money, and then you can use the money that you earn to help animals." And even though it's enticing to get tons of money, I know that my passion is directly helping animals. And I don't just want to be in a profession to make a lot of money. So that is something to think about. And people would tell me, "Oh, this is a very challenging profession." And I did have some doubts in my undergraduate courses at the University of Florida because I had a hard time in chemistry and then with physics. So when I took General Chemistry 1, I didn't have a good background from high school, and I didn't pass the class. I got a C minus, and the passing grade was a C. And I just learned from what I went through, and I retook the class with a different professor, and I ended up getting an A minus the second time I took the class. So the important thing is, if you know you want to be a veterinarian, and if you face obstacles, you just have to keep pushing and striving for your goals and what you want to do. And it's okay to have doubts, and it's okay to look for other options. If you're not sure that you want to be a veterinarian and you want to maybe work with humans in human medicine, or in other fields of animal professions, it's okay to shadow other places, to ask people working in those professions how they like it, and to get your foot into other areas if you're not sure if you want to be a veterinarian, because it's a really big commitment and it's a really challenging profession. I knew for a very long time that I want to be a veterinarian, but there are people that just aren't sure. And if you aren't sure, then take the time to look into other professions and shadow them, so then you can be sure that you want to be a veterinarian before you go through the process of veterinary school and all the debt that comes after that. So also, mental health is very important in the veterinary profession and in medical professions in general, and in daily life. So I have experienced family members that have dealt with mental health issues, and it's a very common issue, but it may not be something that you talk about with all the time with your friends or with your family. And it's important to take time for yourself and to just relieve yourself of stress every now and then. Do some exercise, watch a Netflix show, take a break from hours and hours of looking at notes and lectures. Go out with some friends into the city and get some food or get some boba tea, as like I did when I was in London in my first year of vet school. And it's okay to take time out just to reset your brain so that you can keep focused and keep studying later on. And I have experienced in my first year of veterinary school people that basically made me feel guilty for taking time out for myself. And that was really disappointing and frustrating for me to deal with, because it was someone that was close to me, and I heard that they basically thought I was having too much fun in vet school and that I would be a horrible doctor and a horrible veterinarian, and basically animals would die because of it. And that just made me feel so bad, and I just couldn't comprehend why someone would think such a thing. And it's things like that that veterinarians need to be aware of. It's okay to take breaks, it's okay to have fun, and it's okay because you will continue working and pushing towards your goals. You will continue studying. Little did that person know that I normally would be in the library every night, almost until midnight, and sometimes even later. And I don't show everything that I do, all the studying that I do, but I'm working towards this goal because I really want to help ensure that I can care for animals when I leave veterinary school, and that I can provide the correct advice to their owners and communicate with them well and know the science behind everything. So if you have experienced any people telling you that you shouldn't go into veterinary school, or if you have any questions for me, then I would love to hear any stories you guys have. Another thing is, when you are looking for places to shadow and to work to get your experience for applying to veterinary school, make sure that you search for places that are supportive of you and that will teach you new things and that will help you expand your knowledge. I was lucky because I was able to find a place that would let me shadow them, and it's because they saw that I was so dedicated and I was asking questions and I wanted to help. They slowly trained me, and after a year or two eventually hired me, and then I became a veterinary assistant. And you want a supportive working environment with people that will teach you things and that will help you advance in your career. If you don't have an environment that is like that, or it feels toxic, then it's okay to search for other places that would help you benefit not only with your career, but also mentally. You want to be in a supportive, positive working environment. So just be aware of that. If you have any stories, I would love to hear them in the comments below. So thank you for everything. Bye.